Hello. Hi. It's me, Joan. Welcome to another edition of Reading with Joan. I am your host, Joan, and I love reading books. And I love reading intercontinental books. Books that are going to bring children back to the memories of their heritage. Right here in Scotland. If you want to join me, every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. and on Saturday on our Facebook page, later on YouTube, where we'll discuss about different topics that relate to us. I hope you enjoyed today's reading and I hope you have fun as you read with us every time on this program. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Most importantly, tell somebody else about us. Hope to see you soon. It's me, Joan.
Oh, hello. I'm reading with Joan. I'm little J, and today I'm reading about Dr. Tim Tavares. Dr. Tim Tavares was born on the Caribbean island of Jamaica in the 1950s, where he attended school until he emigrated with his family to England, first to the Midlands, but finally settling in London. Tavares completed a chemistry degree at London University, attaining first-class honours. He also completed a PhD in material science and electronics with sensors at Imperial College London. Wow! He has worked as both an engineer and professor in a number of countries around the world, such as Greece and South Africa. Tavares is also an entrepreneur. He set up a company called Basis Volume, which was involved in advanced materials research and development during the 1980s. At that time, Basis Volume had a 6-year lead on any other country working with superconductor technology. Tavares and his staff at Basis Volume have made significant contribution to areas of solid-state science, in particular high-temperature conductors, superconductivity, fuel cell, and solid-state chemical sensor developments. The high-temperature superconductors are used in instruments such as medical scanners, high-power motors, magnetic separators, and very high-speed tunnel trains. Wow! Tavares' pioneering work. The world's first high TC superconducting tube was on display at the famous London Science Museum during the late 1980s. Tavares has also presented to young people the topic of superconductivity and black inventors in general. He has also appeared on Michael Williams' Black Scientist and Inventors program. Wow! Dr. Tim Tavares is also involved in open source technologies, network computers, and network analog instrumentation. He passionately develops, teaches, and promotes the benefits of using open source software. He created the first South London Linux users vlogs. Summary. Dr. Tim Tavares' pioneering work has allowed him to invent products as revolutionized electronics, chemical sensor products, and the industry in general. His work has allowed instruments such as medical scanners to be made much more affordable for hospitals. Dr. Tavares' work has been directly and indirectly incorporated in devices that use superconductor technology in the UK and around the world, thereby providing a huge service to humanity. What I learned is that we should create something, we should change the world, we should invent something that all the people in the world use, and we should never give up. Thank you for joining us on Reading with Joan. Bye!
I hope you enjoyed the story of inventor scientist we read today. If you remember, the last time we were here together, we were reading the story of a lovely lady from Kenya, and her name is Wangari Maathai, the lady that planted millions of trees. And if you remember, we were talking about her name, what it meant. We're talking about how she helped her mom in the house. We're talking about how she saw the unfairness of people taking their land and making profits by planting trees, tea from their land. And we also saw she came from a very difficult situation, but her brother fought for her and she went to school. We finished where she got a secondary school certificate. That is, let's say GCSE, if you understand. Today, let's continue to read. Senator John F. Kennedy, the future US president, invites 600 young Kenyans to come to the United States to pursue their studies. Wangari was one of the students. For the next 5 years, Wangari discovered snow, forests of skyscrapers, and people who looked nothing like her. Even cornfields in America were different from those at home. Wangari also discovered that even in a great, free, independent country, some places are forbidden to black people. What a shame. Just like at home, some schools are for white people only. During the 1960s, angry African Americans demanded the same rights as white people. At the same time, in faraway Kenya, another anger turned into triumph. For more than 10 years, black people had been demanding the right to cultivate their land and govern their own country. Now, they achieved independence from Britain at last. When Wangari returned home, the British colony no longer the master of Kenya. The country is free, but the trees are not. They still cannot grow in peace. Kenyans are cutting down trees and selling them as the colonials did. By using the land where the tree used to be to cultivate tea, coffee, tobacco, sought by rich countries, they can make more money. That's a picture of the trees that are being cut. Wangari traveled through the country to study wildlife and is shocked. Wild animals are rare now. They have fled the chainsaw. Women can no longer feed their children since plantation for rich people had replaced food-growing farms. Rivers are muddy. The soil had been washed away by rain because there was no tree root to hold it back. What a problem. What a disaster, kids. Now Wangari knows how she will make use of her studies and the people she has met. She will explain to the world great leaders and to Kenya farmers that a forest is one of the most precious treasures of humanity. She would tell them that planting thousands of trees will help change the lives of men and women, black and white, rich and poor, in Kenya and elsewhere. Wangari knows that a tree is worth much more than its wood. As her mother taught her, remember, her mother taught her those lessons as a child. Children, the lessons your parents are teaching you, never forget them. You will need them when you grow up. A tree is a treasure that provides shade, fruit, pure air, nesting place for birds, and that pauses for the vitality of life. Trees are hideouts for insects and provide inspiration for poets. A tree is a little bit of a future. I like that quote. A tree is a little bit of a future. Wangari wants to shout to the world, but change happened slowly. She doesn't want to wait. So in 1977, she creates the Green Belt movement in order to start planting trees immediately. Traveling from village to village, she speaks on behalf of trees, animals, and children. She asks that people think about the future, even if the present is harsh and difficult. She encouraged villagers to discuss their problems in their own words, in the language of their tribe. Her words traveled to villages, into newspapers, and through letters to the Kenya government, an international organization. She needs to raise money because replacing hundreds of thousands of missing trees is expensive. This is an illustration showing the importance of trees. I really love that a tree is a real vitality of life. We all have a connection with trees, don't we, kids? Next time, we'll find out how she began and what happened to the Green Belt movement. She started in 1977. And that's a very interesting year for me. I love that. I have a very great connection with this book then. She started a campaign to change and move lives and plant trees and defend animals and children. Let's find out next week how she did this across Kenya and elsewhere in Africa, and how her story reached the ends of the earth. I hope you join me next time on Reading with Joan as we go through the wonderful life of Wangari Maathai, the woman who planted millions of trees. Thank you for listening to us. Kids, I hope you pick up a book this week, because remember, books are made out of trees and you respect them so much. Read it and share your reading ideas with others. I hope to hear from you, and I hope you remember to subscribe to our channel and tell others about us, because here on Reading with Joan, we love to read with kids, not just any books, but books that are from the heart of our heritage. We'll see you next time. Bye.